talked about the Bears. Could they build on something that happens here in the fourth quarter?
There's a story in each box score. This channel is about those stories. This is Daily Random NFL.
Daily Random NFL.
On Monday, September 12th, 1994, the 1-0 Chicago Bears paid a visit to the 0-1 Philadelphia Eagles at Veterans Stadium. With 64,890 in the stadium and a game temperature of 64 degrees Fahrenheit, the home team was favored by 3.5. The season marked a new era for the Eagles, as Jeffrey Lurie had recently purchased the team from Norman Brayman on May 6, 1994. The fan base was excited about the new ownership, with Lurie expressing a clear love for the game. Chicago owned a remarkable 24-4-1 record in head-to-head play against the Eagles, including the past 7 decisions in a row. Rich Kotite, Eagles head coach, was hoping to change that. By then in his 4th season leading the Eagles, Kotite was 29-20 with a 1-1 mark in the postseason. 10-year veteran and 3-time Pro Bowler Randall Cunningham, sometimes known alternately as the Alternate Weapon or Starship 12, was making his 91st start for Philadelphia and his 103rd appearance overall. Cunningham had over 19,000 yards, 133 touchdowns, and an 80.5 quarterback rating. Right quarterback Eric Allen one day reached Canton for Philadelphia. Dave Wannstedt was just beginning his 2nd season as big man on campus for Chicago, with an 8-9 lifetime record so far. 5th-year veteran Eric Kramer, joining the Bears after 3 seasons with the Minnesota Vikings, was making his 19th career start under center. He had a 75.2 rating, 4,000 yards, and 29 touchdowns. Defensive tackle Steve McMichael was the Bears' lone future Hall of Fame representative. The original broadcast was an ABC production. I got the full game at Jamie Johnson's channel here, and I condensed it for your pleasure. Enjoy, please.
And it's a boomer, and despite the 30-yard line and a 1-inch tee, that's 9 yards into the end zone. Now the offensive tackle. Raymer to the air, checks off, and the pass is dropped at the 22-yard line. He looked one way, went to a secondary receiver, but Tillman couldn't hold on. On 2nd and 10, Kramer again, fires, sideline, catch made. Curtis Conway taken down after a gain of 7. The tackle is made by Mark McMillan. Want to put in. 3rd and a short 3, and the pass is too high, intended for Merrill Hodge out on the flat, so it's 3 and out.
Fine day in the opening game against Tampa Bay.
Chris Gardocki gets it away quickly. It's taken at the 31 by Jeff Seidner. A flag goes down as Jeff, who muffed the punt last week.
During the run back, holding, number 30, 10 yards, first down.
Including the rookie Bernard Williams. A blitz, and Herschel Walker on the ground picks up 1. On 2nd and 9. James Joseph, he picks only a couple. Up to the 28-yard line. Dante Jones makes the stop, and this is the toughest crowd in sports. They're already booing the play selection. On 3rd and 7, flags down. There was movement in the line. The catch is made. It's close to a first down. The ball is fumbled. It is picked up by Chicago.
Offsides on the defense, the nose guard. 5 yards. Repeat 3rd down.
On 3rd and 2, Cunningham to the air, under pressure, steps up, throws to nobody.
Long was the leading sacker of the Bears last year, and he's gone from the kid on the block to the elder statesman.
Mitch Berger's punt is fair caught by Tom Waddle at the 23-yard line. Gedney in motion. It's the tailback, Tillman. He picks up about 4. Funny thing about Tillman, 7 from the 25-yard line. Tillman again up to the 30-yard line. He's tackled by William Thomas. It'll be 3rd down and about 3. 3 from the 30. On a draw, Merrill Hodge, and there's the game's initial first down. He takes it up to the 37-yard line, so they have a new quarterback, new top running back, new fullback as well. Hodge in motion. Kramer over the middle. He got great protection, and Jeff Graham, another newcomer. He, like Hodge, a former Steeler, tackled by Romanowski and Zordich.
A lot of question marks on those outside receivers.
Tillman probes the middle, picks up close to 5, takes it to the 44. Romanowski, the former 49er, makes the stop. It'll be 2nd and 5.
I mean that in many ways.
2nd and 5, and it's tipped and it is incomplete. And 5. Kramer, and it's incomplete. Good defense that time. Marv Cook, the intended receiver, and Greg Jackson, the former Giant, got his hand in there. Gardocki, one of the very best. His gross average has not been necessarily great, but his net average terrific. There's a flag down. The catch is made at the 16-yard line by Seidner, and Jerry Austin will tell us about the call. It could be a hold on Raymond Harris.
We have 2 fouls on the kicking team. Illegal formation. The right side of the line is not up on the line of scrimmage. We're holding. Number 29. That penalty is declined. Both penalties declined. First down, Philadelphia.
Hard line.
And Cunningham retreats on first down. The catch is made by Calvin Williams, and it's an 11-yard pickup and a first down. His first down. Cunningham, fake draw, buys time, goes deep, and too deep, and the coverage was good.
It could have been called.
It was subtle enough to get it by the officials as the catch is made by Fred Barnett. And Barnett picks up 7. And if you watch Fred Barnett through preseason and last week and thus far tonight,
Come back from major surgery looking so good so quickly.
on 3rd and 2 out of a double tight end set, that's Maurice Johnson, one of the 2 tight ends. Flag is down.
When you
Pass
play,
interference. Number 84 of the
whoa,
offense.
offensive
10
interference.
yards. Repeat 3rd down.
He's in the slot to the left. Cunningham looking, and the catch is made by Herschel Walker. And he is down initially. Contact was made. They'll stop him at the 48, and that's enough for a first down.
Randall's acting like it's
Illegal
going up.
use of hands to the face. Number 90 of the defense. That penalty
Wow.
is declined. First down.
Randall on tonight.
From the 48-yard line, fake screen one way, set it up the other way. James Joseph escapes an initial tackle and turns it into a big gain to the 33-yard line. Initial tackle attempt of Cox to turn it into a big gainer, and Herschel Walker takes it to the 29-yard line. Herschel, 3 years with the New Jersey General. Herschel lines up everywhere. It's a draw play. It's Joseph taking it to the 23. Very close to a first down on a 2nd and 6. Cox and Kane converge on the tackle. Best corners in the league against some fleet wide receivers, and that one is simply dropped by Fred Barnett. 3. No score, late first quarter. Cunningham, the catch is made. There's Barnett. Barnett working against Keyshawn Johnson.
Oh, they'll find him.
Cautious. Let's see if he comes out of his shell a little bit.
Up back Joseph goes nowhere on a 1st and goal. Pass of Herschel Walker. And it's lofted and caught by Calvin Williams. Touchdown.
Now he's the go-to guy for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Plus.
Eddie Murray, the longtime Lion, who has been bouncing around, boots it through.
He gives the appearance of someone who's disoriented, that's for certain.
Pittsburgher sends the kick to the 9-yard line. Curtis Conway brings it back to the 30-yard line. Now the Bears from the 30-yard line. Fake draw, and then the pass is incomplete. Merrill Hodge is contending he was held by Byron Evans, and the officials say,
A whole lot go right.
Number 84 of the offense. 10 yards. Repeat 2nd down.
2nd and 20 from the 20. And it's Tillman, and Tillman with room out past the 30 up to the 33. So they get more than half of it back. It'll be 3rd and 7. 7-0. And a fumble. Recovered by Kramer. He keeps possession at the 31-yard line.
Sweet spot, but it fell to the ground.
Gardocki kicking. Seidner is back. Fields at the 35 and gets buried back at the 31.
You want to be a punt returner? Why would anybody want to be a punt returner? It's a punt returner.
From the 32-yard line, it's Joseph, and he picks up a first down up to the 45-yard line. So an impressive beginning to this drive. Anton Davis, a nice block to spring him. A minute to go in the quarter. Got a lot of room here as James Joseph picks up a couple. He's stopped by Ron Cox. From the 48-yard line, on the ground, Herschel Walker. He's ridden down by Joe Kane as he crosses midfield. 8-yard line, 3 receivers set to the left. Cunningham goes that way, and Herschel Walker has a first down at the Chicago 38. John Mangum with the stop.
He always used his body turning the right direction. Where Herschel has probably slipped is in that area, taking the ball from the line of scrimmage. He doesn't seem to be the dominating ground attack back that he used to be, but I don't believe he's lost a step as a receiver. He's as good as he ever was. Non-scoring reception.
Second down and this is Calvin Williams with a lot of space over the middle, and he loves to roam over the middle. He did it all last season.
The great come from behind offenses.
From the 16, Randall's going to keep it. And he picks up a yard, maybe 2, tripped up by Jeremy Lincoln.
Annual event.
Second down and 8. Great protection. He guns it. It's incomplete at the 4-yard line. The intended receiver was Mark Bavaro. Cunningham retreating, protected well again, throws, and the catch is made in the back of the end zone for a touchdown.
Who else? Calvin Williams has 2 touchdowns.
Good move as Mark Courier was the man on the coverage. Had pretty good position. Good move to the inside by Williams, broke to the outside, and reading it right with him was this man, Randall Cunningham.
Could use Conway here on a big return. They need a spark.
And it's a short kick. Conway, 15-yard line, looking for room. Nothing but white shirts. A trio of them, led by Derek Oden.
This is a fired-up Eagles team. They took a lot of abuse.
Tillman. And he runs right into
Hello, Mr. Perry.
former Bear. Second and 9. Tillman takes the swing pass and is tackled up at the 30-yard line. Tripped up there by Romanowski. It'll be 3rd down and 6. 3rd and 6. Waddle in motion. Kramer pump fakes, throws, tipped, incomplete.
In his legs and gets up and tips it.
Chicago 4 possessions, and this is their 4th punt. Gardocki sends it down to Seidner, and Jeff Seidner breaks it into Bear territory. Seidner inside the 25, tackled at the 18 by Mangum.
And Mangum saved a touchdown big time.
Oh, big one.
From the 19, he gives it to Walker, and Herschel bursts over the left side for a gain of close to 10.
And that'll do.
That run back is something that almost never happens with Gardocki last year. And it's lofted incomplete. It was Barnett going to work on Keyshawn Johnson, who's taking the spot of Donnell Wolford. O'Neal goes in motion to provide leverage, and Walker picks up the first down. He gets to the 7. He's gang tackled there, but it's going to be 1st and goal. Eagles in the 7. They lead 14-0, and very little room for James Joseph, probing the middle for a half-yard, maybe 1. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal. Cunningham throws. The catch is made. And backing into the end zone is Maurice Johnson for the touchdown.
Style points, that's about a 2. Finishing your man off.
Eddie Murray finishes off the drive with the extra point. 32-yard line. And they run a draw, and this is Merrill Hodge up to the 40-yard line, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 3rd down and 2 at the 40-yard line. And William Thomas had an easy interception.
Well, he was thinking end zone.
Here's Chris Gardocki's 6th punt of the game. And he boots it away from Seidner. And it is down at the 31-yard line with 1 minute and 45 seconds remaining in the first half.
One thing about Philadelphia, though, they are allowed to change their minds.
Oh, yes. Before the end of the game, if necessary. James Joseph picks up 2.
You're assuming, Frank, that was his only $185 million.
Here's Fred Barnett out of bounds at the 38-yard line.
I'm not sure that broke the piggy bank.
Yeah.
Before the snap, number 89, false start. Still 3rd down.
And the Bears did not
Please
allow.
reset the clock to 1-1-3.
The 3-man rush.
And Randall steps up to avoid it, and then throws and waits and finds the open man, and the catch is made by Victor Bailey.
That hurts the Bears because now the Eagles will get serious about trying to score some points.
Backs.
Remember, the Eagles have just 1 timeout left, so they run the play as quickly as they can, and Calvin Williams makes the catch at the 44-yard line.
Was developing into that, but I think he's more concerned, we talked about earlier, about situations like this.
2 flags come in here on this play.
We have 2 holding fouls. Number 76, of the offense. That penalty is declined. Number 74 of the offense, holding. That penalty is accepted. 10 yards. Repeat first down.
1st and 20 now. 38 seconds left in the half. Randall under pressure. Escapes, throws, incomplete. He was going down in the reach of Chris Zorich. 33 seconds left, and Philly on top 21-0. 2nd and 20. Cunningham. Over the middle, he finds the open James Joseph. He takes it to the Chicago 42-yard line. 3rd and 9 as Randall throws into the 24. He finds Calvin Williams.
Pretty.
First down, 14 seconds, and Eddie Murray can start loosening up the leg for a field goal attempt shortly.
To me, missed a couple of days of practice defending them.
Those are huge numbers for Cunningham.
Tremendous. And there's all kinds of activity in the end zone except the flag. Keyshawn Johnson was there. He got tangled up with Fred Barnett.
He was trying to make it look like he's playing the ball. He was not.
Now Eddie Murray, a 42-yard attempt is good.
Who's the score of that Denver Raider game?
I was gonna say, we haven't had one.
We had a couple years ago.
You're going to recall how the Raiders came back?
It was 24-0.
It was 24-0. Went to the ground, popped, didn't touch the ground, kept himself off the ground with his arm, popped back up and threw a touchdown pass.
Berger's bouncing punt is taken by a lineman at the 40. Jim Flanagan back to the 48. The crowd on its feet by Gardocki off the new 1-inch tee. Actually, a tee turned upside down, and the kick comes down to the 3. Jeff Seidner brings it out past the 25 to the 28-yard line, and we start with 2 penalty flags. Dean Smart.
Here in your run back, holding.
Compact.
Number 58.
Makers of the Contura Aero portable computer. So light and portable, you'll never be tempted.
Since then, it has all gone bad.
Herschel Walker breaks it out to the 20, loses the football, but after he was down, no fumble.
The Eagle running game here in the second half.
Not yet. It's Barnett. They're having too much fun through the air.
Well, that was set up by the big play to Herschel up the middle, but in the back of the lot.
2nd and 3. Herschel Walker
that is
his way out, loses the football at the 40-yard line, scramble there.
I think the Eagles got it back.
Yeah,
to the Eagles.
Vaughn Hebron is in the game for the first time. The running back, pump fake. He's got Barnett. Oh, and he almost threaded it at the 30-yard line. Fake screen. Joseph, who was the recipient, fell down, so he goes back to Hebron on the other side, who breaks it for a first down at the Chicago 40 to the 35-yard line.
And did Calvin Williams get a block?
From the 34, Hebron. It's wrapped up. Jim Flanagan makes the tackle. Ron Cox appeared to be okay. He went off during the commercial. And
300. He's sniffing at it.
2nd and 10. Barnett at the 25. Breaks the tackle. Picks up extra yardage. First down at the 18. Hebron. He takes it down to the 11-yard line. And then 5 at the 11 and a broken play, and Randall just has to eat it back at the 12-yard line. The 12-yard line. And Randall stumbles and throws, and Barnett trying to one-hand it at the 2. That would have been the catch of all time.
Got him on the right foot.
30-yard Eddie Murray attempt is just good, just inside. Berger kicks off. Conway from the 12-yard line. Curtis brings it back out to the 33-yard line. Derek Oden makes the stop. He's Tillman about 3 up to the 37. Kramer on a 2nd and 8 hits Merrill Hodge out to the 45-yard line, and he has enough for a first down before Byron Evans stops him in Philadelphia. Great coverage by the secondary. Tillman. About 5. Funny thing about the Central, Dan. And it is picked off. What a night for the Eagles. It just keeps going. Greg Jackson.
And Eric Kramer is left to take care of his own mistake.
On a scintillating night for Philadelphia. The catch is made by Joseph, and there's no gain, though, as Joe Kane is right there. So Herschel Stopped by Dante Jones.
Say they will be abused this time. Alonzo Spellman came across the ball. Mark Bavaro came up out of his stance.
He did not
90
make
of the
contact.
defense. 5 yards. It's still third down.
Rule change for 94.
It's a 5-yard gain for Joseph to the 15-yard line, and that's enough for a first. They just get the 12th man off.
Oh, and Randall was trying to hurry it up.
And 10 at the 15.
I don't think they got that off.
Clock had ticked down. First and 15. Herschel. Every time I look at Herschel, I keep thinking about 3 or 4 or 5 years ago when they 10 now at the 15. And Maurice Johnson, the intended receiver, and one of the few times tonight pressure is put on. And Cunningham throws, and it's incomplete at the 10-yard line. Intended for Walker. Dante Jones was there. Brister will set it down. It's a 33-yard attempt, and Murray bangs it through.
Thank you very much.
Very, very nice. And maybe provide some fireworks. Berger's kick is taken at the 12-yard line, and Conway brings it back up to the 37-yard line. To replace Lewis Tillman, the running back, and Kramer throws out to the 49-yard line. Picks up a first down here against softer coverage. Curtis Conway, yard game, only 1 per season on average. Tim Worley, the ex-Steeler, takes it to the 44-yard line where Bill Romanowski stops him.
Quality back. Worley could be great.
Here's Worley swinging to the outside. Picks up a first down. Here comes a flag.
5 times a game.
Holding number 80 of the offense. 10 yards. Repeat second down.
Second and 12. Kramer shoots it out to Hodge and off his fingertips.
When you're thinking he'll land his son and Walter Payton tonight.
They indicate blitz, but back off a little bit. Townsend chases Kramer, throws back the other way, and finds an open Bob Christian. The backup fullback takes it to the 33, and that's a Chicago first down.
Al?
Well, they were out of it pretty early with the type of offense they've exhibited over the recent past. There's a little flip pass down to Jeff Graham.
But the grin and bear it.
Second and 3 as Tim Worley gets stopped back at the line of scrimmage by the Fridge.
Spine here in the 4th quarter.
Third down and 3. Kramer throws, catch made, first down. Conway takes it to the 19.
The way you fought back in the 4th quarter.
Right, we didn't tank it.
Right.
Conway almost. Curtis Conway reaching for it, couldn't hold on. Mark McMillan was the defender. And the catch is made by Graham. Graham gets wrestled out at the 12-yard line. William Thomas dragged him down. And they're not going to get it because Gedney makes his 3rd touchdown catch of the season, but there's a marker down at the 19-yard line. Kind of says it.
Number 7. 10 yards. Repeat third down.
Down and 12 from the 22-yard line, and Kramer for the end zone, caught by Conway.
Yes.
For the touchdown.
There's a touchdown.
Boy, you like to see him come back.
Yep. By Conway, Frank. He gave a little stutter step that froze Otis Smith, and then with a shifting of gears.
Quarterback beside those two.
And Gabriel played for so many of his years right here with the Eagles.
Mainly with the Rams, partially here.
I'm glad to see you guys do it to another school other than Michigan. You know, last time you guys sprung a stat on me like that, it was about Michigan.
Begin this drive, and Cunningham gives it to Herschel. And he bangs his way out for a gain of about 8. James Joseph picks up the first down. One of the rules that I love, I love the 2-point rule. We have
Really going to make some different numbers receiving.
Here's Walker for about 5. The 2-point thing, we asked
49er offense. With all the weapons they have, plus the mobility of Steve Young, hey, it comes into play on the first score of the game.
Randall on a 3rd and 1 sneak for a first to the 46.
Keep in mind, it's only 2 yards. That's why you see it a higher conversion rate declared dead yet as far as a dominant conference in its league.
Joseph, like a pinball, gets knocked down back at the 44 by their top draft choice, John Theory. Mitch Berger to punt. Fair catch is called for. And Tom Waddle dropped it and then recovers it at the 14-yard line. Kramer tipped, and Waddle can't hold on. It was tipped over the middle. Waddle, second and 10. Kramer going deep, and the catch is made by Conway, who is off to the races. And Conway with a touchdown.
Well, we talked about the Bears. Could they build on something that happens here in the fourth quarter?
We'll try to make it a 15-point differential. Seeks the deuce, gets it over the middle. Catch is made there. Conway accounts for all 8 points. Sends it down. It's got to go 10 yards. It takes a nice hop, the kind you want. And the Eagles haven't covered it yet.
Looks like the Eagles had it 2 separate times.
Yep.
And they do have it from either tying or winning the ball game with almost 6 minutes left if they would have recovered that onside kick.
Herschel on the 41-yard line. 41. Walker gets stopped at the 41-yard line. So Chicago takes another timeout. They'll conserve a little clock here.
You think that's still true?
I thought it was a good line.
They sure look like it.
Good enough to share. Fair catch called for at the 26-yard line by Tom Waddle.
That mine went to it, just loved it.
And the pass is a little underthrown and behind Marv Cook. Got a flag here, and we've got
95, 15 yards.
15-yard penalty from the 42. Kramer over the middle, wide open. Cook, all of a sudden, he's at the Philadelphia 38-yard line. And already the play clock, though, is down to 14. And there is Cook again. He's at the 17. And, folks, there may only be about 20,000 left here at the 16-yard line. Eric Kramer throwing, and there's Cook for a touchdown.
Hello, sports fans. Now it is a 9-point lead. The book attempt to make it an 8-point game.
Right.
And they do.
Well, and a lot of people tuned out, obviously, 30-0, and went to bed. And they elect not to make the onside kick here. Seidner is run down at the 32-yard line. The flag is
Offsides on the kickoff, number 94. That penalty is
started to say decline.
That penalty is declined.
All right, that's Philadelphia. Here's Barnett. He gets up to the 39-yard line, and now the Bears are going to take the 38. Randall takes a lot of time off the clock. Here is Walker. Now you're at the 39. Now you take your TO here if you're Chicago. At 3rd down and 2. And that Wannstedt's going to say, yeah, let's take it right here because it's going to come down to the next play. Do you stop him or not? Long 2 as Cunningham throws. Walker makes the catch at the 44, and that is just enough for the first down.
Here they go into the formation to kill the ball.
Andrea Bryant, part of our great crew.
I want to see Barry Sanders of the Lions, and I want to.
Cunningham racked up 250 yards by halftime alone. Overall, he completed 24 for 36 for 311 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 picks, and a 121.4 rating. Fred Barnett caught 8 passes for 102 yards, and Calvin Williams pulled down 6 for 85 and a pair of touchdowns. Herschel Walker gained a game-high 72 yards on 19 carries, and William Fuller notched 2 sacks to pace the defense. Kramer connected on 18 of 31 passes for 289 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, and a 108.1 rating. Curtis Conway gained a game-best 148 yards on 7 catches, including a pair of touchdowns. Marv Cook gained 58 yards on 3 catches, scoring the other touchdown. Joe Kane led the Bears defensively with 11 tackles and a forced fumble. After the game, Coach Wannstedt explained, "We felt we were ready to play, but we didn't do it. We had plenty of opportunities, but we were just out of sync." The Eagles jumped out to a 7-2 record before losing their final 7 games in a row to finish at 7-9, well out of the playoff hunt. The Bears finished tied for second in the NFC Central at 9-7, but nearly everybody else in the Central also tied for second. The NFC wildcard round was merely an NFC Central tournament, with the Green Bay Packers eliminating the Detroit Lions 16-12 on Saturday, and the Bears defeated the Minnesota Vikings 35-18 on Sunday. Chicago bowed out in the divisional round against the San Francisco 49ers, 44-15, the next week. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Bye.